Hi, Ayushree.
Hi Nandita,
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
All good. That time we just logged in, and I think you just logged
Yes.
out. Me and Chaya, we just
Yes.
logged in, and yeah.
Yes, because actually my colleague otherwise helps me do this. He was on leave today and not keeping well, so I had to just I had another call that extended. And by the time I joined, and I think then your colleague already messaged on the group.
Yes, yes. So, what do you do, and how is going to be the flow of conversation?
Yes, so we'll keep it very candid, Nandita. Just about basically we are at Bitphone. We are Bitphone, and as you can see, I lead the business side of things at Bitphone as the AVP sales business, sales marketing, basically business. And this is something we do. We call it the Bitphone Show, where we talk to entrepreneurs about their story, about what has motivated them to do what they are doing today, how did it all start, and basically your story your way. And Shri, I have known Shri since a long time. And I think I met you also earlier through my work at CWE.
Okay. Yes,
Because
maybe.
when I was
Yes,
trying
yes, yes.
to see something, I just think have. Yes, so while at CWE, I got to know Shri too, and we always have been in contact. And now, as Vidphone, we are really concentrating on working with a lot of brands to help them, create their video identity. Hello, Chaya. Good evening. Yes.
Good evening.
So yes, so that is what, and I and she has been talking, and she has been talking about the wonderful entrepreneurs, the wonderful ecosystem Mysore has, and we have always wanted to go to Mysore, interact, and that is how it started. We thought, why not start a show where we can get all you wonderful women from Mysore, and open up our platform so that you guys can share your story your way, and see from there we see how we can collaborate and do much more in that ecosystem. So that's all. Hello, Shri. Good evening.
Hi, Ayushree.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you?
Hi. I'm doing good, Nandita. How are you?
All good. Enjoying
Yes,
life.
yes. That's the way it has to be. And thank you so much,
So
Nandita and Chaya, for
Thank you
joining
so
us
much
today.
for having us over, and it was so nice. After I think with Chai also we connected after a long, long time today, so it was good. Even before that, we just chatted a bit. So
It was a
wonderful,
pleasure. It is
wonderful.
really nice
Yes,
to
so
have
we'll
both
just
of you.
start. Yes,
Yeah,
we are at
sure. Go ahead.
6:30. So, ladies, I'll go on to introduce and welcome everyone. So, basically, a very good evening, everyone who has joined us today here on the platform. And just for you guys to know, we are now live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So, as soon as we are live on LinkedIn, so we are a lot, many people are listening and viewing us live. And I'm sure we're going to have an amazing, exciting conversation with you both, knowing your journeys. Thank you, Shri, again for introducing these lovely ladies to us. This is the sixth session of our The Bitcoin Show, celebrating resilient women from tier two cities, and these women are from Mysore. So, welcome everyone. Before I move ahead, I would just talk about Bitcoin as a platform a little. And so we are at Bitcoin. We are a hybrid work suite platform where we do work with D2C mainly and B2C brands to help them, curate, engage, and actually sell over live video. So we want to help brands use the power of video commerce and create their brand identity, nurture their leads, turn them into their customers. And we have a set of video communication tools in our platform. We have a tech platform which helps us do all these. So for each stage of the funnel, we have tools that we want to provide you with. But that's not all. We just don't give you the tool and say do whatever you want. We really want to work with you, understand your challenges, understand your business, and be a part of your growth story. So more about that later. Now, today I will just go on to introduce both our wonderful speakers, Chaya and Nandita. A little bit about you both, and then obviously we'll hear a lot more on our conversation. So excited for that. So today we have Chaya Nanjappa, who's the founder of Nectar Fresh and Naman. She's also the member of National Bee Board, NIFTEMT Institute for Honey CBRTI, and winner of the CNBC Women Entrepreneur Award. Next, we have Nandita Sharma, who is a serial entrepreneur, founder of Zevik, a tech-driven mindfulness solution, founder of AMA Organic, a speaker, awardee of the Business Leader in Tech Wellness category by the Business Mint. But guys, this is they have a lot to they are doing, and their bios are very long. This is the best I could pull out, and I'm they wear a lot of multiple hats. So more about what they do, we will hear from them itself. And thanks a lot again, ladies, for joining us today. And so I'll start with you, Nandita. So first, my first question would be: tell us a little bit about yourself. How did it all begin? How did entrepreneurship happen? Did you do something before entrepreneurship, or it was always like you started with the business itself, or was it a job and then you shifted? A little bit about that and a little bit about yourself, Nandita, as a person. So we'll start with that.
Okay. So thanks, Ayushi. First of all, a great honor to be for me to be with Shri and Chaya, like such accomplished women, and sharing the stage with them. And nice about the Bitphone also. I found it very fascinating. It can be good for us also. Now, when it
Certainly.
comes, yeah, when it comes to my entrepreneurship journey, so I don't know when I started or what I thought, because when I started my first venture, I was 14, and which was too young a age to think and plan and do anything before that. So when, if I think back, since the time I remember as a very very young child also, so all I wanted to do something in life. I was a kind of those weirdo kids you have, who are not the one who are mingling with everyone in class, who was I was very nerdy, unlike what people see me and now perceive me. And I was more close to my teachers rather than the students. And that my biggest, if you speak about personal, biggest kida in me is to be independent. And that being independent kida, to be financially independent and to be independent taking decisions, has pushed me to start my first entrepreneurship journey when I was just 14 years old. I still remember it was the summer holidays in my 10th grade, and I happened to go to Badrinath. And
Okay.
there, because my father was posted, and we got lots of, I saw tulsi and I got these muds and clays. And I thought, I was always fascinated by the whole idea of beauty and nature. And I started my first range of skincare products. But now I was too young and too shy to ask for money to people. So what I started doing, I made it. I used to seal them with the candle and that double thing, but doing it in a very nice way. That time we didn't have any systems and computers at home. So beautifully writing the price. And I remember the first pack I used to charge it 12 rupees.
Uh-huh.
So, and 12 rupees. So I used to sell it in my neighborhood, saying that someone in my school makes it. That
Oh,
there's
okay.
my classmate, her sister is making and skin becomes fine with it. And in college, I used to say that one of my neighbor is selling it. And that's the way it started doing pretty well. And I never have to depend on my parents for the financial assistance after that. So,
Wonderful.
and then as luck had it, after that I got married very early. So though I was always very interested in going to different colleges, biggest universities, but God has chosen a different path for me. So I was hardly 18 when I, almost everyone in my school remember that out of school, because I got engaged even before being 18, and I came to Mysore, and then I started the whole journey again. But again, I started with the natural skincare products, and I started selling it in the organic bazaar. Something used to be here happening every Sunday. And then journey was beautiful after that. Maybe the grit and determination to do something and that I have to do has brought me till here. And
No, wonderful, Nandita, and so wonderful to see your hear that you started off back when you were only 14. And we see, maybe nowadays we still see people talking a lot about entrepreneurship from a younger age, because just because it's like a buzzword also. Everyone wants to become something, become an entrepreneur. But back then, I think it was something like you were saying, you did not even, I think, own up to that you were actually making it, and you'd say someone else's name and sell it. So we see how the journey has changed from there to here where you are today. We'll come
See,
back to Nandita. Yes.
perspective has changed so much. I'll just add on in between. So before getting married, so my sister-in-law has called me for a pre-wedding dinner kind of thing, and in a casual conversation, they asked me, my brother-in-law asked me, who was an IA, what do you want to do in life? I said, I want to be a businesswoman.
Yeah.
And they told me, they all laughed their whole night. They were telling, she's just not even a graduate, 12वीं पास है, इंग्लिश में बात करना नहीं आता, and she wants to be a businesswoman.
Yeah. No, no. Thank you for sharing that, Nandita. That really, that is why we are doing this. So that stories like this come to the forefront, and because there are so many women, maybe in similar situations like you, even now, we just feel that we are, maybe not near us, but there would be, and this is reaching so many people. Your story. So that's the entire. And thank you really for sharing it so candidly. We'll come back to you. Chaya, coming to you, please tell us, a little bit about yourself. What is your story? And she has said that she's calling two stars to this show, both Chaya and Nandita. She's you guys, she always talks very highly of you both. So would love to know your journey, Chaya. How did it start? How did entrepreneurship happen? And a little bit about you as a person, what you would like to share.
Yeah. Thank you, Ayushree. A pleasure being with the four of you here.
Like,
Um,
Rizan.
17 years back, I thought of becoming an entrepreneur. I didn't have, like how it was easy now, a mentor or a guide. And back then, since my homeland was known for honey, that was the only thing that came to my mind. I had to be doing something at that point in time because I was coming out of a low phase in my life. So that's how I started with. Honey because like I said that was what my homeland was known for. So I set up a honey packing facility from scratch, and that is how the journey began. Currently I'm one of the largest buyer of tribal honey in the country today, and I source more than 100 tons of honey per month. And with honey, I diversified into 25 other products. And from day one, I was very particular that my venture would be a social venture. And that is how every product, there's a story to every product of Nectar Fresh. And it feels wonderful to say that maybe a lot of social entrepreneurs like me have shown how, without running an NGO as a social enterprise, you can make a marked difference in society and then also scale up. So that's how my journey started. Yeah.
No, absolutely, Chaya. And like what you said, thanks a lot for sharing that with us. And what you said at the end, you really don't have to be an NGO to get. You can be a social enterprise and still be profitable and still scale up. So that's a very very key thing because I'm working with so many startups. Working over the years, I generally see this a lot. Let's just register as a not for profit because I mean, it's always there, or not for profit not being able to make enough profits or scale. So there's always this thing. So whatever you said really, and it's lovely to see the growth, and very interesting that every product has a story. I think nowadays even more people are the buyers are not so they really want to be informed, where the thing is coming from, what's the process, how sustainable it is. So it's like even we as buyers, it's always nice when we know more about what we are consuming. So thanks a lot, Chaya, for sharing. We'll come back to you to know more about how you have built this empire that you have created today. On my next question, Nandita, coming to you, I was reading in your bio. You started with one of the ventures and then you shut it, and now you're moving to the new venture of yours. So a little bit about that, Nandita. How did you decide this like Chaya said, her benefit was that she was from a place where honey was locally available, and she could use that as a plus to start her business. For you, how did you decide? You said you wanted to be a businesswoman, but how did it be that you want to get into beauty? And then how has the pivots been? Like, how did you pivot, and what is it now? Like, a little bit on that.
So I call it second life cycle in one life for me, and my life has completely changed. You could say around 4 year back or so. So before that, I used to have saloons and spas. So I was in service industry. And as I told, so I started as a novice. So I didn't know how to do business. And with sheer hard work and passion, we scaled up very fast. And it was a brand which was available and present all over India. I had multiple stores. So, there is this pressure of scaling up and pressure of success, which often, if you don't know how to create a right foundation and right structure, when you go on top, it becomes very shaky. And I didn't know at that time, being so young, having a young child, that these are all part and parcel of growing up. And I was also very ambitious, and so I'm still is. And I realized that something which is so much of labor incentive,
Just 1 second, Nandita. Chaya and Shrik, may I just request you to mute your audio? I just feel there's some disturbance when all the audios are not on. Thank you so much. Yes, Nandita. Please.
Yeah. So then I
Please carry
realized, because my previous industry being a service industry, that heavily dependent on people. It's more of people oriented, and when you want to scale up, it is a very difficult thing to scale up. And I was also knowing, because I was reaching on almost quite a lot on top, and I was also facing all the negativity of corporate growth, and I was also seeing how the problems happens in franchising, and I realized that I need to learn and do more. And there was a time when I was very successful. I was making lots of money. I was getting every possible award, but I was unhappiest at my life, despite being the very happy person. And my health was not supporting me. I used to have multiple, sickness and back surgery. And then during a back surgery, then I thought, okay, is this what I wanted? And I felt that everything which I wanted to achieve, I've achieved, but I'm not happy.
happy.
And then I thought, let me, if I can make it so much from starting from a two-chair saloon in Mysore, and if it can go to, I can do it again. And I decided to close down everything. I thought, let me restart my life. Let me understand, let me learn what I want to do, what will exactly make me happy. And I closed down my first business, joined AM Bangalore, joined it in NSR cell. I was blessed, I feel, what venture I thought, because then I wanted to do, it has to be, beauty. I went there to create a one consolidated center, which should be one of its kind in world, which should work on beauty and removing stress.
Yeah.
But I had a multi-sensory kind of relaxation idea. One of the mentor told me, which I got to know, that why don't you focus on this thing only, because it can be a part of corporate wellness. And
Yeah.
then the journey began with Zavik. And Zavik, we were able to create IoT based solutions for mental well-being. We started calling it Mind Spa. We were also blessed to have a center in IIM Bangalore and Nimhans and multiple other things. But when it started picking up, COVID hits and all the offices were shut. So it was like, okay, now the things are going up, and then when it closed. But the best part is, because I have given myself time and I was on a path to understand myself, I was not puzzled. I was not upset. I was actually in lots of bliss. And then during, we did lots of activities online to people, to support people who are, suffering through COVID. We did Anand Tanda, which we got lots of support even from media and all. But after that, I thought, why not combine stress and beauty both, because of all the qualification I have gathered from all over world. And then we started India's first neurocosmetic company called Ame Organic. And now we create solutions which makes you feel good in your own skin. So it works on your skin by reverse aging, and it also works on reducing your stress.
Wonderful, wonderful, Nandita. Wonderful journey, and thank you, for sharing all the low parts also. Right? I mean, that's what it makes the journey, because sometimes when you are facing struggles, you are obviously upset, or you are puzzled. But when you said you are at the high of your career, in the sense, what you have built, and still you are not happy, so that's so important. I mean, that satisfaction. I think that. And you actually took that time to pivot. Not everyone can do it. Not everyone can also, it's your inner strength also, but also your surroundings. So I would certainly say you were blessed, that you could take that step, restart. And many congratulations to you for your wonderful second venture. Coming to you, Chaya, tell us, how did from just a packing facility How did you make your venture so big today, and how what was the journey from one product to 25 products? How has it been?
Well, it has been a very hard journey, no doubt, but the satisfaction has been enormous of creating impact, transforming lives, giving world class products. It's definitely not been easy. My unit is considered as one of the pride units of the Khadi and Village Industries Commission. I took out the notion that is maybe around 11 years back that khadi and village industries products generally don't meet the highest level of quality, be it in the product quality or packaging or aesthetics. I took out the monopoly, maybe 25-year-old monopoly of foreign brands in India's high-end market, and that was the reason I was chosen for the prestigious CNBC award. How did I do it? Well, I always thought differently. I thought there's no point just doing something similar the other person did. And especially we women are known for our aesthetics in whatever we look at. And that is when with quality too. When I said that I don't want to be one amongst the many brands in the market in the retail sector, people laughed at me when they heard that a Khadi and Village Industries unit is intending to replace foreign brands in the high end market. But I not merely made it happen in India, but I replaced a few brands in their home countries. And that I think is a big leap forward for a unit that empowers and gives skill development. I would say almost 90% of my production team are not fortunate to be educated, but they have not been given skill development by us today to manufacture world class products. It is consistent quality, meeting deadlines on time, ethics in business. I think that is what helped the brand grow because coming from rural India to tier cities, I would always say that because I started this entrepreneurial journey 17 years back, I was not fortunate to get the subsidies, grants. No, I have even taken loan at 13% interest rate. But I'm so happy I cleared all the loans on time. And for expansion, the bankers were very cooperative later on because if I asked for something, I knew that it would be sanctioned within the time period I was looking at, even earlier than that. So whatever the company or the brand has grown today, it's been through absolute hard work, dedication, and this never give up attitude. My new venture, Naman, it is going to be launched this month. The soft launch would be this month. It will be taking Nectar Fresh's, I would say, vision of tribal and rural empowerment to the next level. Naman would be promoting more than 3,000 handcrafted products of tribal and rural artisans from across the country.
No, wonderful, Chaya, and thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. There's so much to learn, and like you said, obviously, I'm sure it's not been easy, doing what you have done. And like you said, 70 today we have much more, like the government is doing a lot for women, even startups in general. Like there's so much to choose from. But then 17 years back, starting in a tier two city, and hats off for all that you have done. So I'll come back to you both. Of course, we spoke a little bit about yourself, your journeys, how did you scale, how it started, how did you scale. I would like to come to a little bit of what the challenges have been, and some customer stories that you guys remember and have stayed with you, motivated you to do better. But before that, over to you, Shri, to ask something from your end to them. You know both of them, so tell us a little bit more, like you always do. She always shares secrets about our panelists that we don't see in their bios. So, and Shri, over to you, for a few questions from your end.
Thank you so much, Ayushree. Absolute pleasure to be here, and very, very fortunate to have this stellar woman out here with us today. Why I call them stellar is not just because they are a success story. They are more of a resilient stories. The story that did not come on a platter. Be it Nandita, that I have known her, and her hardworking attitude. and how she has actually metamorphized. Now I can use that word for her, from being just a beauty conscious to actually scientifically or clinically backing the concept that she actually promotes. So there's a difference between the two, and for that you need to grow, and grow is a smaller word. One lifetime is less, because we all have gone through schools and colleges and institutes and gathered our degrees for that, so 20 years or 25 years. But she has sheer out of her experience and that thirst for knowledge, that she has metamorphized herself to where she is right now. I still remember meeting her the first time, and we had this discussion, and she was telling me about gut brain axis and gut brain skin axis. And I was stunned because I did not know the depth of knowledge she had at that point. And I was like, I mean, the gut brain axis, probiotics, this was the research since I was part of. I knew some details about it, but the way she spoke that day, I just couldn't fathom it. And really big. Today, maybe I should accept this on the vidphone thing, Nandita, that I was highly impressed by your sheer reason, your somewhere deep inside that I need to understand this thing. It did not require any extra degrees or anything. It just was that curiosity that basically ये होता क्या है. So that definitely impressed me beyond words, actually, that day till this day. And thank you so much. Absolute pleasure to have you on this show. Chaya, though, whatever I can say, it is less only. She just inspires me for not giving up. She will not give up, come what may. I mean, she comes from Coorg, so obviously Coorgi ladies, we know they are more stronger and more, resilient women, because the families have one person going in the army, and these ladies, they can take care of everything. A small community, but they are very, very strong people. And apart from that, actually, Chaya's childhood was very different. She came from a single child family and from a very, very affluent family. And from there, going through the dip and climbing up again, proves her mantle. And I learn a lot from her. Every single time I meet her, I find another new thing that she has done. Not just on the social entrepreneurship or as an entrepreneurship. What she brings on table is how you can create a value when you are a social entrepreneur, or create a value not for yourself but for the people around it. Entrepreneurship is more of teamwork, right? Whenever we go, and she creates that teamwork to just now she said that she takes 100 tons of honey and exports it. So it must not have been easy. Never I cannot imagine how much of hard work that has gone in that. And especially when you scale up, you need to keep the quality at the topmost. So first and foremost, thank you ladies for being here. My question to you, Nandita, would be that where is this segment of beauty with science backed beauty? Maybe that is the word that we can use. Where is this segment going to be? I mean, it's not about just having a skincare. It's not about just looking beautiful, which you are anyways by default. But it is about you understanding. And now you talk a lot about reverse aging. So where is this industry going? And do we see a lot of science backed solutions for just simple beauty care?
So, anything, first of all, thank you so much for your kind words, Shri. And it's always one thing I can say about here, even you, Chaya, and me, we all are crazy women obsessed with quality. And who who do not believe in doing compromises when it comes to quality. And you can say it's a blessing in disguise, which has helped us also, but which doesn't come out easy. And as you asked about the future of science backed beauty, so luckily, somehow I feel I'm very blessed. So many people work hard, and despite not having any degree per se in science, but because I was a part of even G20 representing India there,
Yeah.
I was a part of Bio Asia where all the Nobel lecturers were there. And what I found myself, I was surprised that everyone found that neurocosmetics is one line which is very fascinating.
Yes.
So everyone says, and when it comes to skin, when I talk about, so I don't see skin as a orna. It's not a fabric which we can change. This is our biggest organ which performs so many things, and this is something. It not only protects us, it builds our immunity and it controls our mind. Up to a
True.
certain degree we can manipulate, in lack of a better word, rather than saying the change, how we can manipulate the way our brain or our neurochemistry is happening, which can add on longevity, which is not only superficial but which is internal. And when cellular aging increases, so skin is nothing but a screen. See, when we see TV screen, you can only see what is happening, but real things are happening inside. And rather than using mouth or breathing to inhale the certain kind of ingredients or active, we use skin because skin is more smart. Our
Absolutely.
mouth doesn't know what to let it go inside. Your mouth will never say yes, no. If it is
Yes.
tasty, it will push you to eat, but skin knows what should not go inside. It is
Correct.
selectively porous, so if anything is not good, it can stop it. But people do use skin, so many non-safe, which we have had discussions before, people use, and because of that we get to go through so many diseases. So here, these kind of neurocosmetics or science backed things, which is basically skin and neurosystem has close connection. They're communicating all the time, and that communication comes through the gut. So it gut brain skin axis, which rules our body, which also controls our inner health to a significant level. So as we are getting more aware, and as everyone is getting more lethargic, activities are less, we are not going through the right kind of food, then definitely these things are going to be needed more and more. These are
Yeah,
cheap food.
absolutely. Absolutely. The amount of gut bacteria that we have in our gut and what is on the skin are equal actually. Because even probiotics are on the skin, which actually doesn't allow things to penetrate inside and takes care of it at that level. Skin is
Absolutely.
one such organ that is directly related to gut actually. I mean,
Smartest organ, I must say, and I can say it.
gorgeous and exposed.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely right. Thank you so much, Nandita. I definitely come back to you again. Chaya ji, first and foremost, thank you very much to have accepted to be here. To you, I have this question, Chaya, and which I tend to understand because there is one thing that you start up. There is one thing that you start a business, and there is another thing that you scale up. So the whole entrepreneurship journey is between 0 to 1 and 1 to n. So 0 to 1 is what our governments are also helping us a lot. I mean, anywhere and everywhere you get startup India, this India, that India, you have hundreds of things. But 1 to n, there are less of it. And in that, the biggest problem that you face is the maintaining of the quality. And as such also beekeeping and honey has become a topic on its own actually on the international trade, because we do not have bees. I mean, actually US is suffering with it, that they do not have enough bees to pollinate the flowers, let alone that they make honey also. So where do we see ourselves, Chaya, especially to maintain this quality? And I know you are a very big advocate of maintaining quality on the scale up part. So how do you do that? And one or two tips on what did it bring back to you?
Shri, thank you for those warm words. About this question on the quality adherence, personally, what I've noticed is if you would want to scale up in an organized manner, then it takes time, but it's worth the wait. If you want something instantaneously, well, it occurs, but then can you sustain it? I doubt.
Yeah.
So my journey has been, uh, I would say it's even been more harder because I took time to first to sustain and then to scale up. Today, my husband and me, this obsession for quality, what it has made us is we could be the first social enterprise in the country to be going for the British Retail Consortium audit. BRC audit is just not easy, and especially when you run a Khadi and Village Industries Commission's, facility. So now, the coming week, we are going for the BRC audit. So it is like I said, initially traceability was an issue. Training the tribals, it took us 7 years. It didn't happen overnight
I
at
know.
all. Then the cans to everything had to be supplied from our end. We had to invest for godowns, pest control, and the logistic part. We should have also had an arrangement with the logistic partner that it should not be a truck that carries pesticides and all such stuff. So it is, and for those of us from rural Bharat, it becomes all the more difficult because again
Yes.
logistics are involved and the climatic conditions change, but everything can be sorted out if you have a will to do it. And we are showing that and making it happen. And very quietly and silently, we have grown to be one of the largest packers and manufacturers of apple cider vinegar. Today, you name the biggest brands in the country, you turn the label behind, it would be packed at Nectar Fresh. And silently, as an additional source of income, we made our local small farmers grow chia and flax. And we have become a major vendors and packers for the retail sector of chia, flax, and other superfoods. All this happened because the goodwill that we created with honey. And now all the other products, now we are packing Lacadong turmeric since last week, Gulkand, all of them come with, to launch a product, we take at least 9 to 10 months to identify the proper vendor from whom we could collect. Lot
Correct.
of hard work is involved behind it, and overnight success, I don't think it can last for long.
True. Very, very true. Actually, I mean, it is very evident that overnight success doesn't take you anywhere. But more than that, what are those steps that you have taken and because of which you have sustained it to this level is really mesmerizing, Chaya. And I'll come back to you, ladies. Over to you, Ayushri, and then once your questions are there, then maybe the closing I will do it.
Sure. Thanks, Shri. Thanks, Nandita and Chaya. Obviously, Shri, you have covered a very important question. I think, the scaling up. And Nandita, both of you, you shared about, that it was such a wonderful concept. Your skin, you can control, your skin tells you, what's happening. I mean, that is a very nice thing to say, I think, and that's, I mean, we never really think deeply about it. I think all of us know it at some level. But and thank you, Chaya, for sharing that the product what I had also asked you, and the scale up journey, the how it's so many small steps ultimately help you get to the bigger point. So now both Nandita, I would just like to know, both of you have done such amazing work over the years. And I'm sure there have been certain customer or team experiences that has stayed with you, some the work you are doing that has really made some customer happy or have really saved, I mean, I won't say saved, but have made an impact on them or a team member, and that has stayed with you and has motivated you to do better, or keep doing what you are doing. Would you like to share any one or two stories with us today? Over to
So
you, Nandita.
yeah, so Aishri, I think that's the biggest high what we get. As Chaya also told, when we want to, and I am also someone, I don't do not believe in creating a very fast success. Though she said that lots of things are available, but I have also taken the loan, and right now even paying 16% of interest. But because when you want to make quality product, it takes hard work, but the best part is the kind of support and recognition we get from our customers. That has been my core strength, not even just in this, even in the previous venture. And the goodwill of that previous venture has actually worked me now and still working me. So any where we go, so people realize, okay, if it is coming from there, so the quality is rest assured. And at the same time, I have been blessed to have amazing team. And now this my new team is very very young, so though I'm the youngest, I tell everyone you have to match my energy. But if we remove myself, so usually the age is, everyone is aging less than 25. And seeing their energy, seeing the motivation, and seeing the kind of value they give to yourself is wonderful. And now we also work with the R&D team, and having these kids who have done their MSc and who are doing PhD, and sitting and working with them, and seeing that how they're open to learn, and how much value they start giving to the core science, rather than just what is there in written in the internet, is again amazing. But yes, few customers getting those messages every now and then, that how their skin has become better, and how they're feeling really good. So one of now I remember one of my favorite story is, there's another someone from Mysore itself, her name is Nidhi, and she was going through her chemotherapy post cancer, and we have a product called CRS, cell renewal serum. And during that time, she once messaged me in morning that it's taking 2 days and I cannot sleep if I don't use this product. And that was like such a good kind of boosting thing for me. Yes, that it's working, and it's making the what we exactly want to do, that it's really adding the calm and peace to people's life and making them feel good about themselves. So
Wonderful. Wonderful, Nandita. Thank you. And I think that's what keeps you going. And both you and Chaya, I think, shared, the customer base or the trust that you both have been able to build through your first, in your case, your first venture, and in Chaya's case, her first product. I think that has really helped, for the things that have come later. So, it's taken patience, hard work, time, but it's ultimately all worth it, as we can see. Chaya, over to you to share something, that you has stayed with you or that you remember fondly.
Yeah, Ayushree, running a social enterprise, we generally can't have a budget for marketing much because
Yes,
there are a few challenges, right? So
absolutely.
that's where I think you need to differentiate yourself from the rest with a high quality product, or,
Yes.
being something different. Where it was a very heartwarming moment for me when a few IIM professors, for an Ivy League competition, they presented the case study of Nectar Fresh on how a brand grew on quality and how their budget for marketing has been zero. I don't have a budget for marketing to date. Only the coming month onwards, I'll be promoting online and certain things as that. So that itself tells you how much our customers have backed us, and the biggest retail chains. One has recommended us to another, and that's how word of mouth, how important it is. This is what I have felt. And we also do some very innovative packaging because for the events, you name the biggest weddings in the country. I don't want to name them for privacy reasons. Well, there would be a stamp of Nectar Fresh products there. So it's such a humbling moment that when these things, when you get a call from one of the most high profile person from Bharat saying that we would want your wild thyme honey for our wedding. This is how we have dispatched some very high quality products, and it's very, that's what I said, many of incidents like this has really inspired us to give our best. And not just this, I think certain recognitions, Nandita would also feel the same. The first time my recognition came from APO Japan. I'm one of their most preferred resource person across the globe. Before our own people could recognize when a country, when an organization like APO Japan chooses you, then I can, you can well understand what it means to us.
Certainly, absolutely, absolutely. No, wonderful, and it's pleasure. It's really our pleasure that we have been able to open Bitphone as a platform for you guys to come and share your stories, and we are really hoping so many of them are viewing us today, and we will be putting a lot of these short clips out with, because you both have given us wonderful takeaways, which will turn into shorter clips, which are easier to circulate, and people can watch it faster and this thing. So thanks a lot. Nandita, I would like to now know of like, because we have spoken about all good things and how it has been the journey, but a few challenges that you would like to talk about, and it's not just challenges that you have overcome maybe, but few that you still continue to work on, and how any like advice you have for entrepreneurs as general on how to navigate through these challenges, because obviously both of you have said it's not an easy journey and all of us know it's not an easy journey, but maybe one or two challenges that you want to talk about specifically, and if you have found the solution to them, or even if you haven't, how is it going for you? Yeah.
So, actually, one thing, nothing good comes out of easy things. Either
Yes.
it can be easy or it can be worth. And definitely, when I closed my saloons, and there was a time which was extremely challenging,
Yeah.
every kind of problem. I've seen everything from the spy employees, because you're growing and there are the big corporates, which
Yes.
it looks very filmy, but I have gone through, faced it. And there was a time, I remember, I was coming back from Mysore, and I was in a car which I've never shared any public. And I asked myself, there was so much of stress, so much of pressure. You get up, you open the laptop, 5 o'clock, you see, and because lots of cash churning, when you're scaling up, require lots of money. And that was a very uh, you can say money incentive kind of business, opening the centers and franchising. I asked myself, why the hell I have to be alive? And that day, and when the answer was, I felt, okay, I have to be alive for my son, I cannot let him down.
Absolutely.
And from there, I think it never goes, but everyone goes through that kind of. Sri will agree with me, Chaya will agree with me. When we are ambitious and when you want to do things the right way,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I feel, all said and done, still when you're a woman and if you're hardworking, first thing people think, okay, things are easy being a woman, they don't take you seriously. And if you're good looking also, then it's a further more kind of problem. People don't take you seriously. So that was from there. But now the only challenge is getting, because we are again in the initial stages, though we are
Yeah.
really blessed to get the kind of recognition we are having. And this year we got, even in the Indian Retail Awards, I myself was surprised to, our brand got the best product launch of year. And which was all the, you can see, from the Kama Ayurveda to Sugar
Yeah.
Cosmetics, and the other people who are getting, from Gajal Alak, Vinita Singh, and CEO of Kama, they are the, and I'm one among them. So it's very fulfilling, but still getting the right kind of team who will trust, because you are a new brand and you will be tight on money and you cannot do the online marketing. And that's the reason, as Chaya said, so we have gone more offline, and we are again blessed to have multiple offline stores, and which is doing a much better business. So challenges are the biggest kick in the life. So I always feel the speed of life is in the life itself.
Absolutely. Thank you, Nandita. Thank you for sharing even the challenges so candidly, because like you said, it's a part of life, and that's where, you grow. I mean, it's always one step at a time. Chaya, over to you, to share a little bit on the challenges part.
Yeah, challenges. We do have a lot of challenges, especially I think those of us who have set up enterprises in the rural parts of the country. Because, first of all, we would not be able to avail any schemes or subsidies. And then, because not because we don't have awareness of that, it's just that we can't keep visiting the people, getting the right project report as it is. So it's a very, very big challenge there. And raw material procurement is a huge challenge, and quality workforce, don't even speak about that. It's such a challenge. By the time you've got someone, train them, then they have this obsession to move to the big cities. They feel that they've learned the right things, now they can move on to the metropolitan cities. But somewhere, all these challenges we have overcome. That's, like I said, it's sheer determination, and we have succeeded. But a recent challenge that I had to face. But we always, when a challenge comes by, we find a different option, or we think of a plan comes to our mind, and when we execute it, we have done something differently. Like the new venture of ours called Naman. Naman was the first social venture in Atmanirbhar Bharat. When the whole world had closed down, Nectar Fresh was a brand that grew during COVID. That is something really good happened to all those into health and wellness products, manufacturing high quality products. That's when me and my husband decided we should get into a new brand or a product where we can support more tribal and the rural communities so they don't migrate to the cities, they're connected to their roots, they remain where they are and are truly empowered. So when I applied for a loan during the first COVID wave, I was very grateful that a bank immediately sanctioned the amount, and we built since Nectar Fresh is on the highway, we built in fact a showroom there, an outlet there that could promote the product, and from there I intended to go globally. And when we constructed this, we spent around 2 cr on this building. When we were through with it, something really saddened me due to certain issues and some people's involvement there. Sometimes men are not really encouraging when women grow. I don't know why certain politicians feel insecure. So that is when they bought in the flyover just front of the factory. It was supposed to be behind the facility because we had seen the alignment before constructing it, but after the construction happened, it happened to come in front of the factory. So we thought, find the training center, which we had the place to train the tribals. We had to let go. Naturally, we have to respect whatever the decisions are taken. So the completely it got blocked when Nectar Fresh, the Naman outlet itself got blocked, and entry and exit was prohibited. I mean, there was no entry or exit to it. For 1 month, it was heartbreaking because here we were talking of Atmanirbhar Bharat, and I had day to set it up in the first month of COVID wave, and the whole world was under a lockdown. And after this came up, there was no exit or entry in spite of frequent requests. And I'm very, very thankful to the PMO for intervening immediately. But then I thought I should not be troubling them with this stress of mind because the Prime Minister's office would have lot of things to look into. Then what I thought is, let me go the franchisee way, and this is where the main building of Naman will remain. The first franchisee is now going to New York. I don't think Goddess Chamundeshwari could have blessed me better. So that is how the soft launch of Naman is happening this month end, and the first franchisee itself is going to US to New York. So we
Wonderful.
come out of all these challenges, we think something innovatively, and we yet make it a success. I think all these traits are there in all of us women, and sometimes we just don't know that we have so much of inner strength within us.
Yes, yes, yes. And whatever happens, happens for the good. You just need
Absolutely.
some. Yes, I think there's all we don't really see it sometimes. At that moment, but if we maybe believe this there's always something good that happens later. Like your story is a live example of that. Okay, thank you so much, and Nandita. Lovely, lovely speaking to you both, and hearing about your stories. Shri, before I hand it over to you, in case you want to ask them something, I also want all three of you, Shri, because obviously, Shri, both of us keep talking about, the importance of being hybrid, being digital, the use of tech in today's world. Because I heard both of you saying, very, not keeping a high budget for marketing. When we were conceptualizing Bitphone and how we want to work with brands, etc. That's what we kept saying. There's so many marketing things that are happening online where you have to so many paid marketing things. There's that all through social media channels, ads, etc., etc. But how can you make it really more authentic? How can you control what you are doing, and also how can you have access to your own data? Tomorrow, suppose you have a huge following on Instagram and LinkedIn. Those, suppose they decide to shut your account. What happens after that? Right, you lose all the followers you have, or you don't, the data is no more yours. So that is how we conceptualized what we want to do with Bitphone, how we want to work with brands, and wonderful founders like you, how they should be coming to the forefront. And we should focus on founder led sales. because tomorrow your company, no other marketing thing can get your company then to a heights than you know, your face being there, you talking about your products, and you know, you coming on video and being able to sell them with a story, like Chaya was saying. You know, no, I think no one else, not even any random video that we create, can tell the story like you can tell your story. Just come live on video and share your story and sell your products. So that is how we want to equip entrepreneurs. You know, that is why we have built this platform. So I just want to understand on a daily basis, what are you guys, what are your thoughts, you know, on the use of tech, and how has it been for you guys? What are the in that area, like how much tech are you using on a daily basis? How much tech do you think, you know, more things should be done, because technology and business have to go hand in hand for scaling? So Shri, I want anything you would like to add here too, you know, because obviously, you know, she was the one who said, you know, when we were talking about before to free, she really felt there are so many entrepreneurs in Mysore who can use this platform to grow. You know, that is what, and it's not just about, like I said, about giving the platform and saying do whatever you want, you know, with the tool. It's really about, you know, being able to create some impact and, you know, then grow from there. So Shri, your thoughts, and then Nandita, Chaya, please feel free to share your thoughts on this. You know, the world going hybrid, the use of tech, digital media, etc. Yeah. I think, can you hear us, Shri?
So, I mean, COVID taught us, if anything else,
Yes, we can hear you, Shri. That's fine.
so, so COVID taught us, if anything else, COVID taught us that work has to be done. You can't say that COVID is running, so I'll sit in the house and not do anything. In fact, more the reason for you to be out there. And we all survived COVID. At least four of us standing here, I mean, being a part of this thing shows that we survived it successfully, ran our business. We managed to keep ourselves afloat and grow now. So I think that speaks volumes, and that specifically comes from tier 2 cities, usually. Why I say that with so much of conviction? Because here things are not given to us in platter. We actually work hard to make it happen. Tier 1 cities, I have nothing against it. It's just that things are happening and things are there. Today they say it is not even funny, but they say if you were doing something on AI or ML and you had a hoodie on yourself and you were showcasing anything on your laptop, which seems like AI, there would be a person coming and putting money in front of you or writing a check and giving it to you that we would like to fund you without knowing what exactly you're doing. So that kind of things are not here. We all have homegrown. We all have taken loans, and when you take loans, there is a different level of financial discipline which comes with it. Whether it is Nandita or whether it is Chaya or myself, we all have done from that level. Banks giving back their EMIs month on month because they don't leave you if you don't give it, and so that brings in a lot of financial discipline in it. Definitely, there is no way that you can survive without technology in this world, and going forward to out of question. As much as it was very important in during the COVID time to be in hybrid mode and learn from it. Today we have to learn a new set which is called as AI, or the marketing part, especially marketing, AI and marketing, which are going hand in hand. Unless we adopt these technologies, I don't think we can survive. We'll just be obsolete. It's as simple as that. Yes, we will work hard, but then that work hard is not what people want. They
Scale
want
up.
smart, work smart. So I think going forward, more and more, you and me, I think, and with Jagat, actually, we need to come up with something like this, where if we are not able to go outside, if we are not able to go, so there are a lot of these businesses which are not able to showcase their products. There are lots of businesses whose things are not out there. Can we run a 1 day campaign? We have now,
We
this
can.
is our sixth one, and 6 into 2, 12 people at least we have been
Yes,
part of in this series. And each time when we have these conversations, it comes back again at least on that
absolutely.
day, that we should have 1 day just on a hybrid mode. It
Just
should be
yes. That's
you
where we
know.
can talk about it. Yes. And
Yeah,
obviously, like
so
you said, all the campaigns can be created, right here itself. So why not? We should certainly plan. Yeah.
so maybe that might actually help tier two cities, women entrepreneurs to come out and do it. So, to be truthful to you, between me, Chaya, and Nandita, we are highly empowered. We will not
Yes.
wait for things to happen. We will make things happen. I think so.
Certainly.
I can very strongly talk about the two stellars that we have here. That we will not wait for things to happen. Simple. If it is not happening, we'll find a way to make it
Yeah.
happen. But there are many who do not have that kind of opportunity, and
Yes.
so those people definitely would be benefited. Along with it, obviously, any kind of marketing for our products will always be welcome to in
Yes.
our businesses also.
Yes.
So I think I'll leave you with that technology, without technology, I don't think we can survive. Let us think how we can take with phone,
How-
and how we can create
Absolutely.
something of value, not just for the women who are empowered, but especially for the women who
Certainly.
are not
Certainly.
empowered.
Certainly. So, but that's what I think. When we accept, who are privileged, when we accept, it's even easier to pass it across, pass it on.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And in fact, when Chaya was speaking, you work with, obviously, yours being a social enterprise, the impact you want to create for the tribal communities, etc. Just thinking video is. So we always say video is vernacular. You don't have to. Only 10% of India knows, of the internet knows English. So why should? But another 90% is also doing business. These people are involved, and these people can come. Why not your communities? Why not the tribal people who are creating, curating these products? Why not they get the platform where they can come and talk about their journey? How they have curated that. What more better, this thing, than they coming themselves and speaking, instead of we taking their stories and writing it in English and saying to others. So we keep thinking, that is why we think video is such an important medium. And in fact, that is why we have very consciously created these features that we want, all, like she said, not even the ones who are not getting so many opportunities to come to the forefront, and they should be also able to grow and scale. Nandita and Chaya, anything you'd like to share on this? That would be my last question to you guys before we close for the day. So please feel free to share some things.
Sure. So as she said, so any business which is not a tech business is not going to survive. So it's tech, AI, everything is needed. But even the live stream based business, which is a very big hit in China. In China, I think
Absolutely, absolutely.
they are
That's
making
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That is what Bitphone we
yeah,
are
so
doing. Yes.
I
Be
got
the
the
topics.
concept, and I see it very bright future in India, and with the influencers coming. And till now, people were engaging the third person influencer, but it will not happen.
Yeah.
And many times, even if my marketing team tells me, I always say, how can you pay someone who's today he or she is promoting my product, tomorrow is someone else, and day after tomorrow it will be third product.
Yeah.
So it can not be the thing. And some people in China, I think they make in a day billion
Absolutely, absolutely. If you know the
kind of
concept of live shopping,
people
right? That
coming
is the
and
entire thing.
watching them, and they also make sales, turn money
Exactly.
into
You can
business.
sell, or you can sell on this webinar, and you are done. Like you can collect payments, everything. So that's the power.
So
Absolutely.
actually a very nice thing. And there people cannot, at least for time being, this is not something which can be manipulated algorithm. So if I am doing now, people have started hearing, you will find in 3 months they will not take. It took me 3 years to launch my first range of products, but people will come up with in 3 minutes. 3 months they will, we even get, sometimes you get order, someone is ordering 6 bottle, you get to know, okay, they want to do understand what it is.
Yeah.
But when you speak about it live, then people know
Exactly.
that what is the difference between quality and what is the difference between the
Yes.
depth of what is coming. Like when Chaya's thing, like honey, I think so many people are trying to copy. They will come, but
Yes.
when the real gist of knowledge come, everyone can make out. So it's
Yes, the
absolutely
story, that story that
wonderful
Chaya
to do.
just shared with us, if you imagine that story, Chaya, that you're sharing with someone every time, and we being able to share that story multiple times. There'll be so many mini stories to your story too. I'm sure across each product there
Actually,
will be different stories. So being able to share those, and really, that is the entire aim. Thank you so much, Nandita, for summing that up. It's really nice to, because we generally, we're always trying to explain, what are we trying to get to the market, because it's a new it's not new, but it's not yet very famous here. And this is like the easiest form of marketing, actually. Your personality, you bringing out the founder led sales. Why pay so much and do so many different things when you can actually control everything? And because you're so involved in curating these businesses, right? And that is why we want to work with D2C brands where we can work with the founders themselves. Thank you so much, Nandita. Chaya, anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, technology is so vital, be it for better productivity or you say creating awareness on our brand, or even when it comes to quality, technology plays such a important role, and even when it comes to being cost effective.
Yes.
So we need to move with the times, because even with the R&D institutes, it is their technology transfers that has helped us come with the best of products with better shelf life to all the aspects that we are into. Yes, so that I would say technology, and we also have to keep us updated with the latest technology to see that we capitalize on that to make our businesses even more successful. That is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks, Chaya. Thanks, Nandita. And I would really like to be connected to you, both of you separately, understand a little more, and, let's also talk, like she said, on how we can collaborate, and help you a little in whatever you guys are already, doing very good. And, you guys, but still, we would like to be a part of your journey in some way if we can, and, take this forward to a lot many more people. And she being there, she will surely plan out something, and I'll get in touch with you guys too to know more than you have shared here. And it's been a pleasure and a privilege to, have you guys on the platform. Thank you so much for taking out time and sharing your stories so candidly. And like I was telling Nandita, where she asked how would the flow be, I was like, it's just going to be candid. You tell your story your way in this platform, and that's why it is. Thank you. The recording of the session will be available on the same viewer link that you see on top, that you see the viewer link I would share. It's not your link, it's the viewer link that we have shared. In about 5 to 10 minutes, it would be available. So you can just share it across. In the coming week, we would be sharing little clips of you guys on our social media. So please feel free to share those across too. Do join us. Today's the sixth one. We have few more coming up. Do join us on these Thursday evenings, where we are talking to women from Mysore on their stories, and do share it across. Thank you so much again. Thank you for your support, for your time, and look forward to collaborating even more. Thank you to all the users who joined us and who are viewing us live. Thank you, Shri. We'll be in touch shortly to plan the
Absolutely.
next. Thank you. Have a great
Thank
evening, guys.
you. Bye bye.